Judge Judy urges people to listen to both sides in Brett Kavanaugh scandal. Hey buddy, welcome to our YouTube channel. Hope you all are so well. So let's begin. Judge Judy isn't sharing her personal feelings on Christine Blasey Ford's accusation against Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh, but she does hope that both sides get a fair shot at sharing their stories. TMZ caught up with the longtime television judge to pick her brain off the mounting tension as Ford reportedly prepares to testify, and she had a measured response to a multitude of questions. "Do you think Mrs. Ford will get a fair hearing?" she was asked. "I hope so," Judge Judy responded as she entered a store in Los Angeles. Once she exited the store, the paparazzi had more opportunity to chat with her. "One hopes that people wait and don't rush to judgment and listen to both sides of an argument before they make a decision," she explained. "That's what's supposed to happen in a fair judicial process. There's always the hope that the reason people will listen to both sides of an argument before they make a judgment. That's what people are supposed to do," she went on. "They're not supposed to rush to judgment on either side. They're supposed to listen to evidence and then make a judgment. And if that doesn't happen, then the end result is not fair." When pressed to shed light on her personal feelings of the case, does she believe Kavanaugh or Ford? The judge was quick to shut those inquiries down. Clearly, she was eager to remain impartial. "I'm not answering that question," she said multiple times. "I've just given you a great answer. I think that everyone is supposed to listen to both sides of an argument before you make a judgment. If you don't listen to both sides of an argument before you listen to a judgment, then you don't get the right result," she finished. "One can only hope." Stormy Daniels followed up her first bombshell day of testimony in former President Donald Trump's hush money trial with a second day on the stand Thursday. The adult film star faced harsher questions today as Trump lawyer Susan Nettles attempted to discredit Daniels' earlier testimony in cross-examination. She met the onslaught with polite and unyielding confidence. Nettles cast Daniels as an unconventional anti-Trump cheerleader who was only in it for the money, an accusation Daniels repeatedly swatted down. At one point, Nettles highlighted a $40 Stormy Saint of Indictments prayer candle she sold online, along with assorted other similarly themed items. Trump's attorney then accused her of profiting off Trump's trial by shilling merchandise, prompting Daniels to fire back, not unlike Mr. Trump. The defense also clumsily reminded the jury of Daniels' pornographic past, accusing her of selling herself as an exotic dancer as her anti-Trump stardom grew. "You have a lot of experience making funny stories about sex," Nettles said, implying Daniels' encounter with Trump was fake. "Wow, that's not how I would put it. The sex in the films is very much real, just like what happened to me in that room," Daniels replied. She later quipped that if her story about sex with Trump was untrue, "I would have written it to be a lot better." Nettles wrapped up her cross-examination with a statement-turned-question, saying that Daniels has changed her story many times without giving her a chance to respond. Daniels told the court Tuesday that she found herself in Trump's penthouse suite after meeting him at a Lake Tahoe golf tournament in the summer of 2006. She went into detail, sometimes too much detail, prompting a rebuke from Judge Juan Merchan, about how he invited her to dinner but wanted to meet beforehand in his hotel room, where ended up sharing a conversation and, she said, had sex. Trump sat nearby, often closing his eyes, but he became so incensed by Daniels' testimony that the judge urged his attorneys to warn him against making his feelings so obvious in front of the jury. "I understand that your client is upset at this point," Merchan told Trump's attorneys during his sidebar on Tuesday, "but he is cursing audibly and he is shaking his head visually, and that's contemptuous. It has the potential to intimidate the witness, and the jury can see that," Merchan went on. "I am speaking to you here at the bench because I don't want to embarrass him." Daniels spoke in a lighthearted manner with prosecuting attorney Susan Hoffner, but became more rigid during cross-examination by Trump attorney Susan Nettles, which began Tuesday and continued Thursday, following a break in proceedings Wednesday. While much of Daniels' story had already been made public, she gave new details Tuesday that complicate how readily she had consented to